I guess so we're 1 week into the season, and it's time to make the 10.1 PvP tier list. I played like quite a bit of games, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of where things are at. And one thing that I've noticed already, right now, maybe more than I can personally remember, everything pretty much feels really good. Like, most specs feel viable and strong. Not like it's going to be based on this, but it's kind of cool to see kind of what is going on. And it's definitely going to be something we want to keep in mind as we make this. Let's start with Mage. So right now, dude, Arcane. Arcane is not a spec you see a bunch, but it's good. They got pretty good bursts. They're hard to kill. And I think in the right hands, they're really, really good right now. But it's not a spec you really see a bunch of, though. Frost Mage is going... Like, Frost could maybe go S. It is really good. Shuffle, so it's going to be mainly Shuffle in mind, but not only Shuffle in mind. So it's like mainly focus on Shuffle, but also normal arena 2s, 3s in mind as well. They got crazy damage. Okay, they're very annoying. With precog, they get high value with the polymorph, sheep, whatever, fake precog, Iceland spam, frostball spam. They can do a bunch of damage, man. I actually faced one today and it was super oppressive. We played Frost Mage Druid, and it was not very nice. Fire's good as well. So again, like, one thing about this patch, you're gonna see a lot of things in A tier, and it's a good thing because it's like a viable tier. It's not too strong, not too weak. I think Fire's also somewhere there. Maybe Arcane could go like higher B. I've not seen that many of them, but I'm happy with this place from here though. Sub Rogue is really good. Major damage coming through. They can be quite cheesy again now, like in Shadowlands as well. The Flagellation duel. They can kill you 100-0 in a stun chain easily. So I think I'm going to put sub. It's not quite S for me, but it's going to go higher up in the A tier for sure. You know, Awesome's like up here for a while. Like early Dragonflight was probably the best spec in the game. But the rest came around. Definitely kind of got less viable. But now I feel like they're kind of bouncing back a bit again. I would not put him S tier, but I would put him A tier. They have good pressure, really good pressure still, but maybe they're a bit vulnerable to just getting blasted. But now again, you know, they have cloak, the cloak talent that makes them invulnerable to melee as well. So guys, like, to the left of A would be higher A, and to the right would be like lower A, right? It's kind of how that would go right now. Outlaw. So Outlaw, I think, is like really good in like 2s with an Druid or something, like a Mistweaver. It's very damp, but in general, and in Shuffle as well, Shuffle in general, I think it's not quite that good. But again, same with Rogue, similar to Mage. All the specs, I think, are good. Like, they all work, and they can all kind of pump. And there are Outlaws out there that are doing good. And I think B. Beast Mastery. I'm putting S. BM is crazy. I should kind of maybe counter them on paper because, like, I can cleave pets. But they can kind of compete with me. My cleave damage in single targets. Almost. They have some crazy pressure. I believe that's where it should be. Maybe like a lower S. It's not like the best spec in the game, but it's really, really good. Survival, also really high damage. Good survivability. Probably put it slightly under BM. Somewhere like this, I think. A is going to get crowded. Like, there's going to be a lot of specs in A, which is good. It's a good thing. Okay, now it comes to MM. So MM is a spec that I feel like definitely kind of, I mean, it's not that it fell off. It's not really been on for a minute. If we go to like here, we're gonna see the win rate on MM for week 1. One like the lower win rate specs, which, you know, it doesn't really paint the whole picture, but I think MM would be in B for sure. Like with Arcane, I think Arcane might be higher, by the way. But yeah, Arcane, Outlaw, down there somewhere. And the B is good. Like, B is where you can make it work. A is like when it just works. And S is when even if you're not making it work, it's gonna make it work for you. If that makes sense. Yeah. Dude, Paladin, man. Okay, Ret right now. I swear, it's still really good. Like, Ret's still great. So great. Of course, at one point, it was up here somewhere in, like, the omnipotent level of power. Omnipresent, omnipotence class in after 10.0.7. But it's not there anymore. I was thinking, like, A tier. Like, somewhere in A. Maybe, like, higher A. H-Pal. Okay, Holy Paladin. Man, so Holy Paladin, like, if we look at, like, the win percentage of Holy Paladin, I believe it's, like, less than most healers. It is right here. It's definitely, like, probably the healer that you see the least, and then maybe does the worst. I'm gonna have it there, guys. Okay. Things might shuffle a bit towards the end, too. Propala. Dude, let's make a tank tier, huh? Add a row below. Propala. Boom. Tank tier. Get him out of here. Actually, I just want to, like, add one thing to Holy Pala. I think their toolkit in Shuffle is really good in, like, short rounds. Because things like throw out Bob, Sack, Bubble. They have, like, quite a few cooldowns. But, like, if the game goes longer than those last, you're in big trouble. And I think right now, after the change to crits, this happens more. Where, like, games go on for longer. It gets a bit more damp. And I think once you're going to get into dampening, and you're out of cooldowns, and he versus maybe, like, a healer, you know, most other healers, it's probably going to start, like, struggling a lot more. And I think that might be a reason why Holy Pala just ain't the best right now. So, I have it in, like, there for now. Okay, Death Knight time. So, for DK, towards the end of last season, Unholy was, like, pretty down bad, and you actually saw way more Frost than Unholy. Now, Unholy's made a bit of a comeback. They can do crazy burst. I say they're pretty hard to kill as well. And to me, they seem good. I think like high B, lower A. I think lower A is where I'm put it. I'll put lower A, guys. Dude, maybe like just because I've not seen one, I gotta assume it's pretty bad. Because like I've seen pretty much every spec at least a few times. But Frost, I've not seen it one time since the patch. So you know what? Because of that fact, I'll put it in D for now. Next up, let's do Warlock, man. Warlock. So guys, keep in mind, we're still in week 1, right? Destro's not been nerfed yet. Destro, it's the best spec in the video game in week 1. Okay? It is this. It is. The pressure's crazy, and maybe like the most insane part is they don't really like need to cast that much. The instant damage they can do is insane. Shadowburn, Incinerate, Pumpy 2, Case Ball still also blasting hard. They're quite tanky. They're all around just a great spec right now. So I'm putting them up there. And also, if CR2, Destro's up there, right? Is right up there with the highest win rate out of all the specs. They are kind of blasting. Demo. Dude, Warlocks are having a field day, man. Demo also S tier, I would say, man. I think it's fair to say. Demo blasting everyone. Okay? Summoning a trillion pets. Crazy damage. Crazy micro CC. Very oppressing spec to face. And it's a very common one. You see it a lot. You see it a lot, man. Like, I can't tell you how many of my shovels on the push this first week has been versus Destro and Demo in the same lobby. Affliction you see less of. You do. But not because it's bad. Just because these two are so insane, right? I'll put it like middle A. I will. So, it's a bit of a weird one because no one's playing Affli because everyone is playing Destro and Demo. Which means you just don't see many Affli looks. But from what I've seen, they're really good. Things being A is a good thing. Like, you want things in A. And one thing that the game is doing good right now, I think, is that many things are in A. Like, many specs are good and viable and not too strong. Let's do DH. Demon Hunter. Tank. Get him out. It's not amazing. Like, for many seasons, DH was up here in S. But it's not there right now, okay? It's not there right now. It's good, guys. It's good. Like, it's not bad, okay? They pump. They're a bit on the squishy side. It's like Asa. They pump, but a bit on the squishy side, maybe. I think it's like one more spec that is good, but not too crazy. And it's very viable. You can make it work. You know, okay, let's do Druid now. Boomy. I think so, dude. Here's the thing. On EU, I see less Boomies than on NA. But I think Boomy has to go in S tier. It is really good, you know, because after the sea change that came through in recent times, Cyclone, especially for Boomy, has become maybe the best sea in the game, right? With precog, Cyclones, it is crazy value for them. And if we go look here as well, I believe this is any, by the way. Boomy has one of the highest win percentages of any spec in the game as well. You know, like, we can't base the whole thing on this, by the way, but this just kind of gives you some nice info on where a spec might be overall. But yeah, so Boomy, great to see. They're quite tanky. And I think Boomy gets so much value out of precog as well. I think it's a healer that would be an A. Maybe like going on like higher A. Maybe somewhere here. Somewhere like this, I would say. And like now that the meta slowed down a bit overall, I think you see more Restards. And that kind of fits maybe Restard more than like a very, very fast meta. Even though it's still a fast meta, don't get me wrong, but it has slowed down a bit with the change to crits. Feral is good. You know, it is. It is. It's not S tier though. Okay? It ain't. And I'm not coping on that. Numbers will also back me up on this too. Like Feral, like win rate's kind of trash. But again, of course, we can't just only base on this. But it's good. It's right here. It's higher A tier, okay? Like, Enhance is maybe like the best it's been now for a long time. It's really good. I think it's a great spec. And you see a lot of them. Like, one good like way can like tell how good a spec is. It's how often do you see it. It's not the only gauge on it, but if you see a spec a lot, chances are that spec's pretty good, you know? Okay, Ellie Shaman. Dude, Ellie for me is similar to Enhance, where it's really good, but it's not like absurdly busted. How's Ellie doing on the this front? It's up there. Okay, yeah, it's up there. Man, Feral's kind of down there though. But why is Feral so down bad though? Guys, maybe Feral's F tier, dude. Maybe yo, buff Feral, man. Holy moly, this thing, unbelievable. Arsham. To me right now, I think Arsham is the second best healer in the game. Actually, is it? Like, to me, like, Arsham, Disc, and Mistweaver. Those three are the best healers. And again, Arsham is a good spec. I think it's solid. A tier. Let's get to Monk. Mistweaver is S. To me, it's the best healer in the game. And I think, again, I don't want to rely on so much, but this kind of really echoes where I feel myself too. Mistweaver has the highest win rate out of any spec in the game, according to this thing. Okay, and this is based on the Soul Shovel API. They're really good. They are really, really good. Guys, a Windwalker, man. Dude, I swear, Windwalker, again, a great spec that goes in the A tier. If we're talking like top 3 worst healers, H-Pal, Evoker, Holy Priest. Like, that's the bottom 3 for me. The top 3 is Mistweaver, Disc, Arsham. When it comes to, like, the bottom 3, I think I'd put it somewhere like this. Like, they're good. Like, they're not horrible. Maybe it should be, like, lower A, higher B. Compared to the top 3, it doesn't really compete well. From what I've seen, they seem pretty good. But I've not seen, like, enough to, like, where I'm very confident in, like, their viability. But I'll put it, like, lower A, okay? I'll put lower A. Let's do Warrior. Dude, like, Fury has made quite a comeback. It has. Like, Fury's spec you see quite a bit now. They crank really hard. They're fairly hard to kill, I would say, too. I don't think he's going to beat out Arms quite yet, but I'd put Fury somewhere here. Yeah, so it's like, so when there's like full tier sets, we're gonna make a new tier list. Because like once everything has tier set, then things might change a bit. Tier set is nerfed in PvP though, so I'm not sure how much it's gonna change, but yeah. Guys, Shadow It's really good right now. Okay? It's really good. It's in a great spot. On the 53% mark, which is high. That's really high. But yeah, also just my personal experience. I see him a lot. And they pump really hard. They do really, really good. Disc is really good. It's really good. A very common, like a very, very popular spec as well. To me, top 3 healers are going to be Mistweaver, Disc, Arsham. But they're not quite the gods that Mistweavers are right now. Holy Priest, guys. Okay, dude, Holy Priest is making a bit of a comeback, okay? It's not what it was in Shadowlands. Not even close. But it's making a bit of a comeback. I actually play Holy Priest a lot in 2s. And it's nice. You feel quite safe with them. Bottom 3 healers is H-Bow, Evoker, and Holy Priest. Okay, by the way, guys, keep in mind, there's a lot of things in A now. So, like, A here is, like, middle A. But it's, like, 2 rows. Yeah, maybe I should, like, tweak a few things. But, overall, I'm happy with this.